We're at the Teradek booth in the Las Vegas Convention Center, Las Vegas, Nevada. By the way, we've got a great giveaway today at 5:30 p.m. right here on the Planet 5D show. So that's the wrap-up show. We'll wrap up everything in the day. If you're here at NAB or coming later this afternoon, go over to the Vitek booth. Take your business card, throw it in the little fishbowl, and you'll be entered to win a light panel light. Whoa, that's insane. It's amazing. I'm so jealous because I can't enter. I've got an alias with another business card I put in there. Don't tell anybody, shh, just kidding. Anyway, go get the Vitek stuff for free, the light panel. Enter the contest, we'll pull it here live on the air, and you don't have to be present to win, but if you are, we'll celebrate. Come watch the drawing live. All right, a lot of exciting stuff. Mitch Gross is from Convergent Design. He's a director of communications. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a very young company doing really innovative stuff. Why don't you tell us about the Odyssey Q7 monitor? You got it all rigged up with a bolt and a sunshade, 4K recording, monitoring. Have at it.
Well, Odyssey 7Q can do a lot of different things. We got it kind of piled up here, but to tell you real quick, it's first a fantastic monitor, OLED screen. It is 1280 by 720 on the image, but it actually is 800 pixels, which means we have our menus above and below. We never overlap the image. OLED picture quality, you get true blacks, really accurate colors. It's really a reference grade monitor. So with waveforms and histograms and false color, all the stuff you really want out of a great monitor. Really top notch, best in the class for a 7-inch monitor. And then it's also a recorder. We can record in ProRes, we can record in DNX HD soon enough. We'll be able to do lots of different great HD recordings, but we also do RAW and we do 4K. So we can take cameras like the C500 and the Alexa and the FS700 from Sony. We can record from those cameras. All these new cameras that are coming out that are going to output a 4K video signal, we can record those as well.
Even the GH4.
GH4 with its YOG base that has the outputs.
I call it the YOG, by the way.
The YOG. So that guy, no problem. We take 4 cables is the way it comes out. We got these thin little cables with a little trunk, goes right to the monitor. You want to have a monitor on the camera anyway. Why not have it be a monitor and recorder, and then you're going to have a really high quality recording of the signal, and it's really terrific combination. One battery will run everything together and stuff. Very convenient that way. Because we have the capability of recording 4K, that's a lot of information. When we're working with lowly little HD, we have so much capacity, we were like, all right, well, what else can we do? So we have multi-stream. 4 channels of HD that we can record at the same time. We can view it on the monitor as 4 separate images, or just pull up one at a time to look at it full frame, or you can look at all 4 at the same time, but then you can record them as Apple ProRes 422 HQ, really high quality signal. It's like having 4 recorders in one, all in one little box. So I've got it rigged up here. What we decided to do, if we can do that, well, now we have a lot of other capabilities. We can take 2 Teradek bolts. So we just made this bracket for it. 2 Teradek bolt receivers. We got a transmitter on each camera, 2 little camcorder batteries. This rig will run 4 or 5 hours just like this. Strap it around my neck, got a little sunshade so it doesn't, I can walk around, don't have to worry about being able to see the image. And now I can look at 2 cameras at once. A fantastic, sort of the ultimate director's monitor, if you will. Really comfortable little rig to use. And that's all included in this 1-inch thick little monitor recorder. It's just a lot of capability in this one little machine.
Yeah, I almost wish you had it without all that stuff on it so people could see how thin it is. It really is thin and terrific. And it's really unbelievable what you guys have been able to do and how good the monitor looks. And you pack it full of features. I mean, the focus peaking is great. Obviously, all the other features you've mentioned, including false color, waveform, all great. 4K, the quad displays, all this stuff is great.
It's a real kitchen sink kind of device.
Yeah.
We really wanted to show everyone. I mean, the Odyssey itself is just the 1-inch here, and then the rest of that is like the receivers and the batteries and stuff, and I have a little guitar strap on it to make it comfortable to hang around the neck.
You guys have your own batteries too. You don't have to use those.
At first we were making our own batteries, and we were like, why, everybody has batteries for their cameras. We can handle a voltage from 6.5 volts all the way up to 34 volts. So really anything in between, anything you pretty much want to throw at us, we can take. So what we decided to do is, let's not make our own batteries, some proprietary thing you just use with our device. We'll just make battery mounts to take any kind, Panasonic, Canon, Sony, Anton Bauer, V-Lock, whatever you might want to use, whatever you've got handy, and we have cables so you can run it off like a P-tap or whatever from a camera. You don't have to use our batteries. You just use all the batteries you have for your cameras. This thing sips power. One of these batteries will run the Odyssey for 5 hours. So you just slap one on here, and then the same batteries used for your camera. Why not?
What about what you record to? What memory?
Well, we use our own SSDs.
Mm-hmm. Now, can people use their own, or they have
cannot.
To buy yours?
They use our SSDs. We have 256, 512. We're coming out with a terabyte size.
A terabyte SSD.
Terabyte SSD. There's 2 slots here. The idea for using ours, threefold. One, we test every darn one. The second is that some manufacturers kind of play with their specs a little, and they say that they can keep up a certain speed, but when it comes down to it, it actually can't quite keep up with the data load, and we talk about 4K RAW with something. There's a lot of information we can capture, so our drives really keep up. And the last is power protection. If the battery dies or someone kicks out a cable or something in the middle of the shot, on another system, not only could that corrupt a file, but it could corrupt the entire drive, and you lose everything, and that's a freaking tragedy. This guy is power protected. If that loses power, it has enough juice in it to shut down the drive safely. Maybe you'll lose a couple of frames, but you'll keep your shot, and you'll keep all your other shots too. That's safe on our drives.
So, how much is the monitor by itself? Let's start with that.
$2,300 for the base unit. Now, if you want to get certain optional record modes, like the multi-stream recording, or recording from, say, C500 RAW, these are specialty things. Not everybody needs that, so you can just go to our website and you the features are built into the unit, and it's just like protected.
If you try to download a license link.
Yeah, and all it is that it's right there. It already works. It's just, if you tried to record it, it would have a line through it.
Right.
And so you just get an activation key from us. And so you can do it in the middle of the night, right before your shoot, and it just takes away that line.
And you can also rent those keys if you need to only use it for a specific shoot for a couple days.
Right. If you're like a guy who has an FS700, and for one day you're adding Alexa for a shoot, you don't want to have to buy the whole thing. You can rent it from us for a day, and it's a 24-hour window. In fact, if you're going to do, like, say, a 3-day rental, you could have, you pay for one day, you use it on Friday, and then you don't use it for the weekend, and then you activate again for Monday and Tuesday. And however, we just want to make it accessible for people. If you're going to use it enough days, you should go ahead and buy it. It's worth it.
How much are the drives?
$395 for the 256 and $795 for the 512. We don't know what the terabyte will be when the time comes.
And how much storage how much time can they hold at 4K?
Well, it's the thing. It's which 4K are we talking about?
So let's say a C500.
C500 that you can get on, let's see, on a 512, you put me on the spot. A 512 drive will hold about 30 minutes of 4K at 24 frames a second.
Okay, excellent. And then what else do you need with this? Is this it? It's ready to go? How do you read the cards?
Oh, it's a regular eSATA connection. So it's like, 2.5 inch, 3.5 inch, they have those little card readers, They have little cables. You can get them for $15. I mean, it's nothing. There's fancier ones up to $500, but you don't have to have all that.
Right.
Some DITs on a cart, they have the multi-slot loaders and stuff, but you can get a little cable connects to your laptop on Thunderbolt or USB 3, and common way to be able to work.
And the cool thing is you can use it just as a monitor if you wanted to, if you were, especially on like a C500 if you're shooting.
Absolutely. It is a fantastic
HD
monitor.
But you could record HD in it too. You can
sure,
record
you can record, we can record HD signals
so
all day.
You might as well just record into it.
Yeah, why not? It's a safety backup if you want.
Absolutely.
It is a fantastic HD recorder, and it is a fantastic monitor. We have waveforms, we have the histogram, we have the false color, we have edge detection for focusing, for peaking, we have pixel zoom. When you're shooting in 4K, our pixel zoom will go all the way inside the 4K, and so you zoom in really tight, and you can really judge your focus, and you can drag it. It's like an iPad. You can just slide your finger along to find where you are in the frame to pick the spot you want to focus on.
And then you got a new product that
Yes.
you wanted to show off, and we have a few minutes here.
Right
By the way,
here.
the Q7, the Odyssey Q7 is very impressive. I really like it a lot. I can't say enough good things about it. I really think you guys have done such a great job with it. It's
Glad
a
to hear.
beautiful monitor, and it's got a ton of great features, and it works really well.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with it. I've been, you were here at NAB last year, and I was really impressed with it then. I'm even more impressed with it now. So congratulations, you guys are doing great.
Thank you. It really was something where we wanted to say, like, how do we make the ultimate machine of this level, for this type of work? We were making great recorders.
Not cheap, inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Because it's not cheap, it's a really high quality product.
It's not about being cheap, it's about being the most effective machine at a really effective price. And so you can get a huge amount of versatility out of it, and you use it for what you want to use it for. I mean, we have a lot of clients who are buying it and never buy a drive. They just use it as a monitor, and it's a fantastic image you get from that.
Quickly, we have very little time. Tell me about this.
Athena. This is obviously just little proof of concept kind of device here, but it is a 4K recorder. It is a multi-stream machine, so we can actually do 2 channels of 4K at a time. So 4K 60p for one channel, 4K 30p, 2 streams of it, so 2 actual signals at the same time. So think about it for recording and also playing back to in a digital cinema. This is actually what drives everything. And you can use 2K or HD up to 60p and have 4 of them at once. 64 channels of audio. So you could be shooting a concert or a sitcom or a performance or a club, an event.
All here.
All going right here. And it's also an encoder decoder. So there's Ethernet right on the back. You can gigabit Ethernet. You could be shooting all that material, recording on the hard drive, and also sending it out to post live. Because everything is not just about how long it takes to shoot something, it's how long it takes to get from one stage to another. They could be editing at the same time.
Will it have the time code and all that information on it?
Everything, of course. All the time code, all the data,
metadata. Could you stream live to
metadata.
the internet from it?
You can absolutely stream live to the internet from this.
That's impressive.
So it has 6G connections on it. It's a half rack, 1U size, so it's this tiny little thing. It has the same SSDs that are mounted here. We'll have it up to 2 terabytes, so you'll really be able to get tons of information on this one little
And how
thing.
much is this going to be?
It's a proof of concept right now. We haven't locked the price. We're going to say between $5,000 and $10,000. It's probably going to have some options because someone who does giant video walls doesn't really need to have, say, the functionality of digital cinema or being a production deck in a facility. So we'll have different groups of features, and those will be options just like we do in the Odyssey.
Yeah, and you've got the mini SDI ports there. Great products. How do people find Convergent Design?
Convergent-design.com.
And I know you can get it just about everywhere, Adorama, Able Cinetech, any of these stores.
Lots of dealers worldwide. We have a great dealer network, and you can always reach out to us. I'm Director of Communications. I want to be, people can ask us questions. We have a great website with lots of information on it.
That's Mitch Gross. I'm Michael Arches. We'll be back with a whole lot more show live from NAB 2014 right after this. Stay with us.